In Silent Hill Forte, high school student Hinako Shimizu lives in the rural Japanese town of Ebisugaoka during the 1960s. She resents her parents, as her mother is subservient to her abusive father, while her older sister Junko has left their home after getting married. After an argument with her parents, Hinako meets up with her friends, Shu, Rinko, and Sakako, where Shu, born to a family of local homeopathic physicians, gives Hinako his custom-made red medicine capsules to help with her intense tension headaches. A monster wearing a shiramuku, a traditional pure white Japanese bridal kimono, appears and engulfs the town in fog and red spider lily flowers, which kill Sakako. Hinako escapes, only to find that the town has now become overrun by monsters. While avenging Sakako's death by fighting against the monsters, Hinako loses consciousness and her alternate self awakens in the Dark Shrine, a supernatural realm where she encounters and is guided by a mysterious young man known as Fox Mask. Despite Fox guiding and caring for her, she's continuously warned by a spirit possessing a doll from her childhood not to trust him. After awakening back in the town, which has now become almost entirely deserted, Hinako reunites with Shu and Rinko. As the bridge leading out of town has been completely destroyed, and the town itself is swarming with monsters, the three plan to escape using a mountain path on the outskirts of town, leading through its middle school building to Shu's house. Throughout the journey, Hinako travels back to the Dark Shrine several times whenever she loses consciousness, and continues to follow after Fox while there, who convinces Hinako to kill the manifestations of Shu, Rinko, and Sakako within the Dark Shrine in order to let go of her childhood and past. Additionally, Hinako participates in 3 rituals there in preparation to be Fox's bride. She severs her own right arm and it's replaced with a fox arm, her back is branded by hot iron with Fox's Seneki clan Kudzu family crest, and the top half of her face is sliced off and replaced with a fox mask. As Hinako completes these preparations to marry Fox, she transforms into the Shiramuku, revealing it was her alternate fox self who destroyed the town. When Hinako awakens back in the town, she eventually reaches Shu's home alone, where she receives a phone call from her mother asking her to come home, and she overhears Shu and Rinko being attacked in the background. When Hinako returns home, she faces multiple memories of her past, including her relationships with her friends and family, as well as her fear of growing up and getting married, and it's revealed that she's in an arranged marriage with Fox's true identity, Kuroyuki Tsuneki. Hinako's identities in the town and the Dark Shrine soon converge when her fox self kills her parents as the Shiramuku, causing her human self to chase after her, seeking revenge for their deaths and the destruction of her hometown. Her fox self seemingly kills her human self under orders from her sister Junko, who's been pushing her to do so throughout her transformation to destroy her past and embrace her future as Fox's dutiful bride. As Hinako's marriage ceremony begins in the Dark Shrine, her human self awakens and confronts her fox self, leading to one of 5 endings. In Coming Home to Roost, Hinako's human self defeats her fox self and rejects the marriage, but she begins panicking and overdosing on Shu's red medicine capsules, and it's revealed that the recent events were a psychotic episode induced by the capsules, and that she's actually a woman in her 20s who's on the run for killing several people at her wedding ceremony. In Fox's wedding, Hinako's human self is destroyed by Fox, and Shu tries to stop her wedding to Kuroyuki, confessing to Hinako that due to his feelings for her, he selfishly gave her the red medicine capsules in an attempt to bring her to her senses, as they're mind-altering and induce self-reflection, but are also extremely dangerous as they can poison the mind. Hinako beats Shu in battle, causing him to relent and become friends with Kuroyuki, who she proceeds to marry, fulfilling her familial obligation to obey her parents' wishes at the cost of her own freedom. In The Fox Whets Its Tail, Hinako's human self defeats her fox self and rejects Kuroyuki, who becomes enraged and battles Hinako, who then defeats him and returns to town with Shu, with a radio broadcast revealing that the town was evacuated due to the eruption of several toxic geysers within it, giving credence to the local legend that the Fox clan had subdued and contained a severed head of Yamada no Orochi, which became a poisonous water dragon deep underground. In Ebisugaoka in Silence, Hinako's human and fox selves reconcile, but are possessed and forced to attack each other by the opposing, spiritual embodiments of the town's 2 ancient religions, Kyubi, fox god representative and Kuroyuki's ancestor, and Tsukumagami, tool god representative and Hinako's old doll, before Kuroyuki breaks the god's holds on them. Kyubi then reveals that Kuroyuki was spellbound and forced to wed Hinako, who possesses divine power, to preserve the Fox clan, as has been done for generations. Hinako's fox self battles and defeats Kyubi, while her human self battles and defeats Tsukumagami, freeing Kuroyuki from his ancestor's possession and lifting the curse on the town. The Hinakos and Kuroyuki annul their marriage, with both Hinakos hoping to meet Kuroyuki again in the future to potentially restart their relationship, before the Hinakos return to the now silent town, while Kuroyuki moves far away, all with the goal of freely experiencing more of life and taking time to decide their own futures without either god's influence. In The Great Space Invasion, aliens invade the town, abducting and replacing some of the residents, with the dead Sakako revealed to have actually been an alien killed by Roboco, an anti-alien robot built by the real Sakako, who's still alive. After Hinako, Shu, Rinko, and Sakako share personal information with each other that no alien would know to prove that they're not aliens, including Shu's bra observations which get him labeled as an enemy to all women, Hinako's parents arrive and claim that the town's neighborhood watch took care of the remaining aliens before a UFO piloted by Mira, a Shiba Inu dog, appears in the sky above.